Hello and welcome to this video. This is David Owasi here, and I am here with a good friend of mine, Shmueli.
Shmueli,
Shmueli,
that's
awesome.
correct.
Shmueli is the founder of SuperReply, and I'm just going to try to explain what SuperReply is, and then correct me if I'm wrong. But SuperReply is a Chrome extension powered by AI, and basically what it does is when you install this Chrome extension, it will scan through your emails and then allows you to respond in positive, negative, neutral ways at just a click of one button, powered by AI. Did I get that correctly?
Correct, correct.
Awesome, awesome. So why don't you just kind of give us a brief introduction to yourself and what you're all about and what you've been up to?
Of course. First of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is Shahar. Actually, that's my first name. My last name is Shmueli. I'm originally from Israel, Tel Aviv. I moved to the US about 7, 8 months ago. And actually, 1 or 2 months after I moved to the US, ChatGPT was released. So that was really amazing thing that happened right away when I moved. And as a person that English is my second language, I find it really helpful. And I start playing with it, and I'm doing consulting to some companies here in Los Angeles. And one of the things that was like a really big struggle for me as a person that English is his second language is to go over the emails, respond to the emails, and stay professional, come up with the right words. It was really heavy lifting for me, and this is why I built SuperReply. In the beginning, what I was thinking is that the solution is for people that English is their second language, but the market eventually is saying something else, and most of our users are small business owners, Shopify owners, people that are lawyers, accountants, even like construction companies, people that trying to stay up to date with their email, and they want to make sure they keep their customers really satisfied. They don't want people to wait to get answers from the company, and that's amazing. That's a journey that started maybe 3 months ago.
Mm.
It took me 20 days to build a SuperReply, and I'm really happy to say that today we have about 5,000 users from around the world.
Wow, that's fascinating. 5,000 users, you built it in 20 days, and you initially built it for yourself to solve some of your own challenges, and then it became something that the market found very helpful. So I guess right now we're sort of in this new world where, OpenAI is like trying to build a mobile app in the early 2010s or in the early 2000s, right? So like it's a new frontier for entrepreneurs who are looking to build something online to build. How would you, and by the way, the reason why I'm interviewing Shmueli here is to really help, number one, understand the process for how he's built his company, and number two, to share some of the things he's learned from going from zero to, 5,000 users for his Chrome extension. So the first thing is, how would you advise somebody who is looking to maximize ChatGPT, OpenAI, and today we were just talking before we start recording here that GPT-4 has been released, which is again amazing. But what would you recommend someone who is looking to build their first product or maybe their second product? How should they approach or think about the problem they're trying to solve in relation to what ChatGPT, OpenAI can do?
I think that it's all starting from falling in love with the problem and not with the solution. Unfortunately, a lot of people spending way too much time in explaining their solution and fall in love with their amazing solution, but they are not stopping for a second to look at the problem and to approach how to solve this problem with different ways. And this is the first thing I have to say to all of the entrepreneurs right here that want to build something. Guys, please don't run away. Don't run right away to build something. Just 1 second, stop and think about the problem you're solving. And once you think about your problem, what you want to do is to understand who are the people that have this problem and go and talk to them. And even me, before I start building SuperReply, I interviewed about 25 freelancers about this problem. And I heard stuff like one guy was saying, my girlfriend, she is a designer, and sometimes she get emails from customers, and she actually called me, and we jump on a call to find the best way to reply to the email and stay professional. So I actually understand that this is a real problem for people. Day to day, people handle this problem. So this is what kind of validate my idea before I went and jump into building stuff. As people, we have this kind of feeling of excitement, of new things. I want to build something. I want to do that. But it will be much better for you, and you're going to save a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort if you're going to do this market research. Because just by doing it, you will understand what you're building. You're going to get a better understanding, and maybe by interviewing these people, you can get a better understanding about your segments. Like maybe that's going to be, you're going to start with freelancers, and then you're going to move on to small business owners. But this is something that I will strongly recommend to people to do when they start working on their product. In terms of OpenAI and all of these APIs that are coming up right now, I think that we have a really big opportunity right now. And I think that as we can see, every second day you have new company that utilize GPT-3. There is a really funny meme that there is a guy that have like a shirt say AI company, and then he take off his shirt and you see GPT-3, GPT-3 based. So it's a really funny meme, but that's the reality. So what you want to do right now is to stop for a second and say, if I'm building something right now, at least, everyone is building solutions for segments. Just at least make something that it will be super unique for a specific niche. We call it a beachhead strategy. So that means that you solve a problem for a specific niche, and from there you're going to expand. You're going to get more and more users. So when you build something, maybe this is something you learn at your work. Maybe this is something that you know because you're a domain expert. Maybe this is something because I don't know, you have a podcast, you interview people, you learn. Maybe you work in an enterprise and you see some problems. Maybe it's related to security. Maybe it's related to e-commerce. Maybe related to customer care. By looking at these problems, you actually find things that people will be willing to pay for. And I think this is what a lot of people forget when they start their companies. It's like, I'm going to start and build the perfect solution. One of my friends in Tel Aviv spent about $300,000 on his product, and he built a monster that have so many features, and it was amazing. But when people start using his product, they use maybe one or two features, and he built maybe 30 features. And that's a good lesson. I think that I also implement that into SuperReply. It's very lean. It's very simple. The only functions that we add is support for Outlook. And I say for sure that this is only came because of users reaching out to me and ask, can you please implement SuperReply into Outlook as well? And this is about that. If you want to ask me more questions, I'll be happy to answer any question.
Yeah,
about,
for sure. So I really like how you shared the perspective, because it really resonates with me. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I talk about entrepreneurship. I talk about different ideas for how to grow your business, and I have like a 3-step framework that I share. It's called the Lean Startup Method, popularized by Eric Rice, and it basically talks about 3 sort of phases into building your startup or your idea. And the first one is investigation, which is what Shmueli has really talked about. You really to know and understand what the market is talking about, and just kind of provide some specific framework for you. If you're watching this video, you're like looking to like do some investigation. Of course, doing customer interviews is very, very crucial. But even before that, you can do like Google, you can check Google Trends to look at the keyword volume of different search terms and keywords, how many people are searching for this problem. And then the third one will be, looking at places like Answer the Public to try and understand how are people asking questions. So the second phase, after you've done your investigation, you've validated the problem. The second stage is experimentation and making your offer and putting something out there. So I guess my question for you, Shmueli, is so you've built this product, you validated the idea. How did you go from that to then getting users and to getting people to onboard and start using the product? How did you do that?
So this is a really good question, because a lot of people, they build a perfect software, but they forgot at the end of the day, you need to put that in front of people. And that's something that you need to keep in mind. If you are not a marketer, maybe you should consider having another marketer in your team or like a partner. This is a very crucial part. of every product. So I'm me myself. I have an experience of 10 years in online marketing. I built several companies, and I sold my company recently. Um, and one of the things that I did is I decided to build in public, and I decided that I'm going to set a date, and I set a date. It was January 2nd, and I decided that in January 2nd I will launch my product. And it took me 20 days. Every day, at the end of the day, I document what I'm doing and what are the challenges I had with my designer, with the API, with all kind of limits that I handled. And I decided that I'm going to do something called Build in Public. And I post about it on LinkedIn, and I post about it in my blog on my website that already kind of generating content from the website already. I also get some organic traffic to my website through that. And by doing it, first of all, it's kind of a statement to the world, guys. This is what I do now. This is what I'm focusing on. And that was very, very powerful. By doing it, a lot of people that know me already support me right away. They share the post. They told their friends to check it out. And that's the first thing I did. And that was the most important part. That was the foundation of launching SuperReply. On the day that I launched the product, I decided I'm going to call three of my friends. We were sitting kind of a war. It was like kind of a war room. It
Hmm.
was like from the morning to night. Let's ask all of the friends, all my contacts. I literally send maybe 3,000 messages to all of my friends to click vote for my product in Product Hunt, and we end up being number 7 at Product Hunt on the day of the launch of the product. And because I act really fast, it's something that was getting a lot of publicity, because I think that my product was one of the first 5 products in the market to help you to reply to your emails using AI. So what happened is that I went to a lot of Facebook groups and a lot of different organic places. And over there, what I did, I put a screenshot, actually a video of my screen using the software. And I actually showed people how the Chrome extension is working, and it was really impressive. And one of them, over there, I shared my journey, how I actually build a product and all of my journey, what was important for me. I actually shared all of the process in a really long blog post. At the end of the blog post, I asked people, if you guys want to try for free, put a comment and I will send you the link. And by doing it, I did it in 3 different Facebook groups. One of them got about 1,200 comments. That's
Wow.
actually 1,200 installs that I got right away from these guys. And this is something that was like kind of a snowball effect,
Mm.
because all of these guys in these groups are working in the tech industry. And suddenly I open my database and I see users from companies like Fiverr, Salesforce, Wix. And I was like, okay, something is happening over here. And I got a lot of attention. And by doing these actions, I didn't really plan it. I just did it because I want to push as much as I can. I got journalists contact me in Israel, in Tel Aviv, and they put an article. They interviewed me and put an article about my Chrome extension on their website. It was also an amazing source of traffic, and I think that just this thing will generate about 2 to 3,000 users right away. And on top of that, I built a system that helped me to generate UGCs. So basically, influencer marketing. Um, what did I do? I actually used a website called Trend Pop. If you guys know, it's actually a database for influencers. Over there, you can extract lists of influencers, and basically you can type, okay, this is the hashtags I'm looking for, this is the industries I'm looking for, and you will be able to extract lists of influencers with their email address. And I add a system that actually reach out to 30 influencers every day and offer them a paid partnership. I would jump on a call with them, show them the product, like I did with you. You remember, David? We did it
Hmm.
together.
Hmm.
Show them the product and ask them if they like the product, to talk about it on their channels. It will be a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel. So this is also something that was very helpful for our growth. Um, while I was doing it, I was looking at all of the people that end up subscribed to the paid version of SuperReply and try to get a segments. So I would understand, okay, from, for example, 100 people that paid, I want to understand who are the people that are the most heavy users, people that use the product every day. I was looking at the logs in the database. By doing it, I got a better understanding of who are the people that going to get the most from my product. And then that helped me to shape my go-to-market strategy. Basically, now I know that from now on, I should target e-commerce owners. I know that I should target lawyers and accountants because a lot of them, they use it every day. They probably have a lot of emails. So that was something that was really helpful. So as you can understand, it's like a massive actions. A lot of things happen at once, but I actually use a lot of freelancers doing the process that help me to push as hard as I can. And yes, and today we already got our first investment, so we are able to have some resources to expand and to do a little bit more dive into the market research and to understand who are our personas that we are targeting.
That's amazing and very inspiring. I do have one more question for you. This one is very, well, maybe two more questions. The first one is, in your first launch for your MVP, did you had a paid version in your MVP or you were just like the free version first? So that's the first question. And the second question is, what are some of the features, so like future things you want to roll out? Yeah, and then no, that's pretty much my question. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a really good question. So when I launch my product, basically the way that it works is that you have a limit of how many emails you can reply to with our AI tool every day. So we put a limit of 25. So this is a very, very high limit. For the beginning, I was thinking, I don't care to pay for the tokens right now because what I care about is growth. I want to be able to capture as many users as I can because it was also about timing. It was my product was kind of new for the market. So I was like, okay, I'm going to spend so much money now to capture as many users as I can. And I decided I will give a lot for free. And after 1 or 2 months, I realized that I was looking at the logs in the database and I decided, okay, let's reduce it. I reduced it to 5. And today we reduce it to 3 emails a day because we realize by looking at the data that this is the right number if we want people to end up upgrading and paying for the product. So this is about this. Your second question was about the features that we are going to release next. So right now we are looking at the segments that are using our product the most. And what we want to do is to develop another layer or a few features specifically for this segment. So I'll give an example. Let's say you are a Shopify owner. You have an e-commerce website. One of the things we were thinking about is to connect your database with our app and actually provide another layer of customer service or stuff like that that will help you to manage your day-to-day work as an e-commerce owner. So this is an example of one of the things that we are looking at. But we have a lot of segments, so we want to have a solution for each segment. So that's what we are looking at right now. Yes, and we keep growing. So that's what matters for us. We also keep investing a lot in SEO. This is, of course, a long-term investment. We do believe in SEO. And yeah.
That's really awesome, Shmueli. You've been so insightful. You've provided a lot of value, both for me as an entrepreneur, because I'm looking to build my own Chrome extension powered by AI. I've learned so much from you. And of course, our listeners who are entrepreneurs themselves, they've definitely learned a couple of things from you. Where can people find you if they want to install the extension and also if they want to just connect with you and get to know you better?
Of course. So you can reach out to me at LinkedIn, Shahar Shmueli. Or you can also find me on Instagram, Shahar Shmueli, and my website is superreply.co. You're more than welcome to send me an email to shahar@superreply.co.
That's awesome. Thank you again for coming on, and thanks for sharing all of your insight. This has been very good for me and for
Thank
our
you, David.
audience.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.